right, good evening, race fans. Welcome. We're live tonight here, Las Vegas Speedway. Man, I tell you what, going to be a good race here tonight for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series here tonight. Man, this is I tell you, last week Daytona, it was a wild one. Tonight we got Las Vegas. This one's going to be a wild one. I tell you, these guys, man, are already getting geared up, flying around this 1.5 mile track here in Las Vegas tonight. So sit back, relax, get set. We're racing here. We've got about less than a minute to go. Man, these guys, man, are definitely getting geared up here. Be a good one. I'm Joe White up here in the booth. I got a special guest up here with me tonight, though. Got a man up here by the name of Jason Barham. He'll actually be back here in just a few. He stepped away just for a second. All right, 1 second here. All right, well, Jason, I'll tell you what, man. What you think about this track here at Las Vegas? While he gets everything set up, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and grid these guys up because we're getting set to go racing here tonight. And the man on pole, Jason Dockery, puts it out front. We got Dalton Tucker there in second. Waylon McConnell right there starting in third. Josh starting in the fourth place spot. Darren Bruce here starting fifth. Thomas Lattimore up in the sixth. Rob Haynes seventh. Stephen Evans right there in eighth. Ninth place starter. Got Josh Mayu, and round out the top 10. The man right there, Bill Benedict. Well, that right there, folks, is your crazy Cajun graphics and button box starting lineup here tonight. As we look to the rest of this field and check those guys out there from the crazy Cajun group, man. They'll hook you up for a button box and everything. Let's look to the rest of the field. Well, Jason, man, I tell you, what you think we're going to see at this Las Vegas track here tonight?
I think we're going to see a lot of grooves open up here in about 10-15 laps in this run. I was watching some practice, and I've seen guys at the bottom, middle, and even flirting with that second seam up there. So I think we're going to see some great racing up here, and excited to see what we got going on.
Man, absolutely, man. I agree with you there. About, this place here, like you said, it's going to be a little different with the Cup cars. They kind of get spread out. This track usually does that, kind of get spread out time to time. If we get some long green flag runs, who knows? If we get some cautions in, definitely don't get spread out too much. But the starts can be chaotic. But after that, they can kind of get pretty good.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So we're going to get this green flag going here, and let's see what the FEG PC Series here brings to our attention here this beautiful Sunday.
Absolutely. Here we go. Getting set here to go green flag racing. Pace cars out of turn 4. Going to drop off on pit road. That man out front, Jason Dockery, is going to lead them to the green flag. We're racing here. Las Vegas style Xfinity cars. Here we go. And I tell you what, we got 4 times wraps out there. They're the sponsor for this race here tonight at Las Vegas. So check those guys out there for the 4 times wrap. Obviously putting out the sponsor here tonight. Obviously FEG PC Ford Entertainment Group there. Got a lot of great other sponsors here in the league. And right now, like you just said there, Jason, man, these guys already doing what they need to do throughout the track, trying to get the positions in.
Yeah, just trying to get these tires warmed up. That's the main thing with this new tire model. It takes a good couple laps for these tire temps to get up. It gets a little bit of loose feeling on early, so after about one or two more laps, I think these guys will feel a lot more comfortable with what's going on with the car, and then we'll see who's going to really have that strong car. That one car that I'm really going to watch is that car going for 4th place right now with Thomas Lattimore in a 38. He was second in practice, and he's looking pretty good already. So we'll see where he goes on from here.
Yeah, he's got that Toyota machine right there, and he's in the mixed little traffic there between Darren and Waylon. They're kind of actually mixing it up. He got it cleared there, so he's going to try to set his sights on the top three drivers of Dalton, Jason, and Josh out front, who've got a single file, like I said, kind of a breakaway. Behind him, Darren and Waylon, them two there going door to door. We got a few others at door to door right there, but it's kind of predictive of this track. Everybody's going to kind of, try to get single file. You got a lot of room here at this place too.
Yeah, you definitely do. Like I said before, you got a couple different grooves you can kind of get going, but early on it's looking like the bottom groove is definitely the groove to find right now. You got Dalton out there getting a nice little jump out there, and you got a battle now for.
Yeah, throughout the whole entire field, like you said, battle up front here for about second place. Jason and Josh is going to duke it out here as they come across the line for the moment. And downstairs has got it. Trying to see if that inside groove's the place to be. I think as the tires wear off, I think the middle groove might come into play here.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think it's just getting the best arc you can right now with the most amount of grip these tires are putting. That's how this bottom groove's going to go.
And right now he makes that pass. Old Josh does over Jason. That puts him back in third. Josh up to second. Right behind him, everybody's still single file. You got Thomas Lattimore, Darren right there along with him. Steven sitting in the sixth place spot. Waylon seventh. Well, right before we got here in the race here, let's look at the championship points if we can here. Coming into this race, obviously Kenny McCullen winning last week at Daytona. He comes in with 66 points. Got a lot of bonus points there on it. David right there, McCullen, 53. He's sitting in second. We got Whitfield. He's in third. Showing him in third with 42 points. Chris McCullen right there behind him by 141. Keys 40. Dawsey up there with the 39 points. Then Benedict sitting in 38 points in seventh. Eighth place man. There's Evans, and you got Ingles there in ninth. And McCann sitting in 10th place spot. So around out the top 10 in points as of right now. Coming into this race, obviously a lot of bonus points. They get bonus points for leading, most laps, pole. They get a lot of points.
Hey, it's a good race to be aggressive at. Try to get as many points as you can here. And, you were mentioning all that. We got a nice battle brewing here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I mean, they're bunching up pretty good. And CU and, Thomas Lattimore is also catching up to Jason Dockery here, too. So we might just have a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
I tell you what, tires is going to be the number one thing. We haven't really spoke much about it last week because the Daytona really wasn't the biggest of concerns. But here it will be. You're going to see guys that are better in the long run, guys that are better in the short run. Again, that goes off the fact of, we get long green flag runs. Las Vegas does bring about it long green flag runs. And the reason being is because you get spread out, you get single file. And sometimes they can be multiple grooves. You've got a lot of room here. You can go 2 and 3 wide. And so you got a lot of room to pass at this place. But tires, I think, is going to be something we're going to have to look at here.
Yeah, after about this first 10 laps, and you get the feeling that this is looking like a long green flag run here, that's when you really got to start being really smooth with your car, try to conserve these tires as best as you can, and that's what it's looking like a lot of these guys are doing.
No doubt about it. I'll tell you what, man, like I said, 4 times wraps out there. Hey, write me up a little bit of something on, man, how people can get a hold of you or so forth, and what you do out there. I'm going to take that you do wraps for iRacing and everything else out there. So awesome to see. We got a lot of great sponsors coming on board here for the series this year. Just to name a few: GTR Simulator, they're giving away a sim rig to the champion here. Butt Kickers also giving away some products to the champion. iRacing iFlag, they're sponsoring the Driver of the Year sponsor. AIO Logs Projects, the Rookie of the Year sponsor. Obviously, we mentioned Crazy Cajun Graphics and Button Boxes. That's the starting lineup. They're going to give away a button box sometime throughout the year. Builder Designs, a lead painter here for a paint job. And then, obviously, Sport Entertainment Group PC. That's title series sponsor for this series. And Select Seal Coat. Hopefully we don't have to yell out that spot. Well, we want to yell out the sponsor because we're a sponsor, but hopefully we don't have to yell it out too much because they're the caution sponsor tonight. And, you know, nobody wants to wreck, but we're going to still give them a good shout out there. Select Seal Coat, they're the caution sponsor here for tonight. But, man, I tell you right now, and obviously 4X Wraps, they're sponsoring the race here. So, a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great things here for the 2020 series here in this Xfinity thing. But, man, we got some good racing going on the track right now.
Yeah, I'm still watching this Thomas Lattimore here, working on the number 8 of Jason Dockery here for 3rd. And you got Darren Bruce there in 5th, and Steven. I don't even want to screw that name up. That one's a little tricky of a name there, but yeah, buddy. But I think that Steven guy in the number 2, he's just trying to.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, man, ain't he? He's just kind of sitting right there waiting to see what these guys do.
Yep. You're not going to win the race right now, but you definitely could burn the tires up and lose the race. So no sense of just going for it all right now. Just kind of hold back, see what everyone else is doing, and just kind of save these tires best you can, because it's looking like that long run is going to happen here on the beginning of the race.
Well, you know, what I'm also seeing right now is you're starting to see some guys that are better at saving tires. You see them moving up through the field right here, Jonathan and Waylon. And Waylon actually looking like he's going up underneath for that 7th place spot. Good battle right there. That's for 7th and 8th. But you can already start seeing guys move up through the field like you were talking about in that battle right there. Bunched up pair of cars. You got Jason, or actually Thomas, Darren, and Steve all right there amongst each other. But you're seeing multiple grooves already form up, and I appreciate y'all out there, 4X. You can check them out on Facebook. Says the best place. We got Twitter, and then we got Instagram too. Check them out. But
man, it sounds like my dad. Oh, Tweeter, man.
Tweeter. Yeah, get Tweeter. I like calling it Tweeter, man. I don't know why. Oh, Tweeter.
Tweeter Triad or Tweeter Tweet.
That's right, no doubt, man. But you're right, but you said it. It looks like what's happening right now is we are in cautions on the track.
Looks like,
just said
yep.
That. See what happened. I'm gonna go back on the replay. And it looks like it happened right here with Rick Snyder. Oh yeah, they just got together, car up in the air, flipping end over end.
Oh no, that's not good.
Now let's go watch it here on a different angle. Oh, they just got together. The 3 machines there, and it looks like the 77. That might be John Hale. They were 3 wide, and then they just got contact back there. And then the next thing you know, yeah, the 77, he has taken a ride upside down. 4 machines sliding around. But, yeah, they were 3 wide back there, and they just got contact between each other. And that 77, he went for a ride.
Yeah, that car looks pretty beat up to me, man.
If I'm not mistaken, though, they don't have, rephrase this before I say it right. They do not have a fast fix here, so pretty much one and done if you get into a hard lick here tonight.
Yeah, it's looking like the 4 kind of came down a little bit. Maybe he was thinking the 77 was going to get down on that flat part of the front stretch, but did not happen, and it happens quick here, and looks like the old 77 got a virtual concussion there. Hopefully he's...
Yeah, I saw that. Went high and wide. And, you know, the one thing I've noticed, and I think it has to do with the new damage model. I think they've changed some things because I'm starting to notice these cars are flying a little bit easier. But when they do, I don't know if you noticed, Jason, because, you know, you race a lot. I really don't race a lot. And I tell you what, Jason Dockery, the points, not the points, but the pole sitter has overshot his pit box. Oh, man, that's going to be disastrous right there because he's trying to back up, back in. He's probably going to get a penalty because he shot all the way past that thing, man. Yeah.
I wonder how many F-bombs is going down in that 8 right now.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
I'd be going at least 10 to 15. That's awful.
Man, you know, I always talk about it, race in and race out, mental mistakes. And a lot of times people are like, well, what do you mean by mental mistakes, Joe? That right there can cost you in a race. Obviously he has one of the fastest cars, but mental mistakes in and off pit road, going in into your turns, hitting your spot, points right on the track. But pit stops are probably the number one mental thing that you can do to kill your race. I've seen it many times, getting in and off pit road or into your pit box. And Jason, we can't see it on the broadcast, but you as a driver can. And hopefully one day iRacing implements it to where we can, because it is a cool feature. But when y'all go into pit road, you have a virtual crew that actually comes out. And ever since they implemented that, it's not as easy to hit your pit stall as it used to, and you've got to hit it just right now. And you see a lot of guys make mistakes on pit road now.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, it's also kind of tough when you got some other cars that are a couple stalls, behind you. So you want to try and maximize your speed when you get into your pit box, but then at the same time, you could easily do what he just did. And it's a gut-wrenching feeling to do that, and it's something that I've definitely done many times before. He's just got to hope now that he can just get at least 3-4 more cautions and kind of pluck his way back through the field here, and that's about it, man. I mean, that's tough luck.
Yeah, and you're right. Cautions, obviously sometimes cautions breed cautions, but again, at a track like this, they got spread out pretty good. Usually a fairly straightforward style track here, but man, devastating there. Pole sitter here tonight, just messing up on pit road. And he's still got time, though. Still got time to get back up to the front. Get set to go back green flag. Lights off on the pace car. They're lined up side by side. Here we go. Pace car's in. We'll get back here to racing at Las Vegas.
Got a good jump here by Thomas Lattimore. Not a good start.
No, but you're going to see, though, everybody, like you just said, side by side out front, man. Dalton there. Thomas in second place. He's got his hands full with Josh. Jonathan right there behind him. Everybody's going to try to jockey around to get the positions.
He did clear him. We got another caution here.
Caution, and it's a big one. Chris West in the back here. Several machines involved in this one.
Let's hope Jason wasn't involved after that pit road.
I think he was. Jason Dockery was. I believe he was involved.
Oh, no.
Man, yeah.
See, that's the problem. You could get a lot of aggressiveness back there trying to just hit you in the gut. You're a faster car. I don't know if he was reason for that.
No, what happened was a 9 machine back there. Looks like Chris West lost it out of the turn, clipped Casey Duncan, and from there it was just a chain reaction. And basically, go back here on the replay. Yeah, the 9 just lost it, came up the track. The 41 there, Chris, and then from there it was chaos, man. From let's go back on Jason here. Jason got hit in the rear, but he almost made it through. Kind of tried to skim through a little bit. Don't look like he's got a lot of damage because the way he hit, I don't think he really got, he didn't hit the wall, didn't really hit head on to a car or anything, so he might be okay as far as car being not hurt.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate the 9 couldn't keep that down there.
Yeah, I hate that, man, on his end. Casey Duncan, nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think
Keith Dunn. I mean, Casey was just riding along, and then the 9 just came back up the track. 9 lost it going out of the turn there, which actually was Chris West. So, wow. And I always loved Casey Duncan, man. He had the Dunkin' Donuts, man. Love, man. Car out there. Just hate that, man. Just wrong place, wrong time for a lot of these drivers. You know it, Jason. I know it. Man, just be out there riding. Next thing you know, boom.
Yep, man. I mean, that's just the name of the game, man. You want that track position. You want to be, especially early on when you got so many cars in the lead lap and everything like that. That's the spot that you want to avoid to be, right about 25th to 35th. And that's going to tell you right there.
It is. So under caution, second time here. So we had a pretty good long green flag run, but kind of what happens here. This is kind of a slick style track here tonight. But again, just said, our caution sponsor for tonight, Select Seal Coat and Asphalt Repair. Caution sponsor here tonight for these guys. So, you know, again, we know that the sponsor loves to get shown off, but these guys definitely don't want to be part of it.
Yeah, it's bound to happen here. You know, you're gonna get some cautions early on. Every once in a while, you get lucky and you get the caution-free races. But you know what they always say: cautions bring caution.
Yeah, that's kind of old saying there. But the man out front, Dalton Tucker right there. Thomas Lattimore's going to be up in the second. Two Toyotas on in the top spot. Then you got Josh. I'm going to say Saucy is his last name. I hope I pronounced it right. Some of these guys on it. Jonathan Bogar right there sitting in fourth. Stephen. We'll just call Stephen E. How's that? That'll work for him. So it rounds out the top five.
Yeah, Stephen E.
Stephen E. There we go. That's a good one for him. I tell you, but it has been a very, very good race here tonight. I mean, these guys have actually done an exceptional job so far.
Yeah, I think once this gets going here, we get a good long green flag run. It's all going to be about saving your tires, like we already discussed about 10 times. But I think coming up, we might possibly be looking at that run here.
The more they do, they get settled down. The more they see what this track is all about. I'm like you; they'll get it in there. I mean, I had a good run in the beginning. It's just this place can be tricky. Sometimes you can be very, very tight, but you can actually get very loose. These cars are not like what the Cup cars. Cup cars obviously have a lot better aero package. Let's say it that way. And you know, hey, check us out tomorrow night, because we're going to be back at Las Vegas for the Sim 500. We got the Grand Service Cup Series, speaking of Cup cars. So that'll be exciting. We'll get to see what the Cup car looks like on Las Vegas. But the Xfinity car, a whole different animal. Doesn't have the aero package. Power-wise, yes, probably about the same area. But aero-wise, no, they're two totally different cars.
I tend to think these Xfinity cars end up being a lot more tight than anything. It actually, I do a lot more driving in the Cup car, and that's what I've been feeling with it lately. It's hard to get the car kind of loose. So It's what you pretty much put that is, it's very easy to burn that right front off here as we get ready to go back to green. All
right, pace cars in. We're going back green, but that's a good one there. We'll see what these guys can do.
Big start.
Dalton wasted no time.
He knows what's coming for him. He knows that Thomas Lattimore is one of these cars. He's going to have to race tonight if he wants to end up in victory.
Right now, Jonathan has other plans as he's going to battle on the outside there with Thomas as you got behind him. Josh, remember these restarts, it can be chaotic here. That outside lane has the advantage for right now.
Oh, we're wrecking in the backstretch.
Caution's out again here. Darren Bruce and company
it's
back in the
like
back.
About 10th back.
Yep, Darren Bruce. Let's go back here and see what happened to him. Oh, looks like they slipped the track. Darren got into the wall and nowhere to go. He just ricocheted off the wall. And that brought a chain reaction. It brought about 5 or so different cars. Wow.
Well, what were you talking about? That sponsor? Sorry, we may not get you out of here enough. Well, I think you're starting to hit that quota pretty good now.
No doubt about it. It is, man. Let's watch it one more time. We're under caution here. Select Seal Coat caution sponsor tonight. But yeah, he kind of ricocheted off the wall, came on the inside, and then from behind him up the track right there, you see it. It was just kind of a train reaction. I think cars were just trying to slow up. And when you slow up, sometimes you get into someone else, and we just see it from there. The good thing about this track, though, here, Jason, is a lot of the cars end up going down off the race groove. from there, and you see another car, boom, just
Yep.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, that
To
took out
me,
about
this
5 cars.
seemed what happened here was just what I was saying before we went to that restart. The Xfinity car is very easy to get it tight, and it looked like it just drifted up out of 2 there and just brushed the wall, and then, you try to keep it up there.
Cut out on the last part, man.
I said, it's easy to get the car tight, you seen them coming out of turn 2 there, and it was, the rest of the cars at that point were just along for.
Yeah, just along for the ride. You're right. I mean, it's unfortunate. And I guess the other cars back there, too, were just trying to, maneuver around and slow up, and just not a lot of room. No place to go when you're side by side. But under caution, obviously, like we said, cautions breed cautions here tonight. And again, I said before, bring up our title sponsor here, or actually, not title sponsor, excuse me, caution sponsor here tonight, Select Seal Coating. And tell you what,
I wonder what they do. What do they do at Select?
What do they do? I actually got, that's what I was about to say, got a little bit of light. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Get me some info.
I wonder what Thomas here and Jonathan think about this. If he's watching these restarts by.
Yeah.
There we go.
We got Jeff.
Select Seal Coating and Asphalt Repair. 828-403-4359.
Well, got a little info on him, man. Here, Jeff Smith is a Select Seal Coat sponsor. He's just a little details about his business. We do seal coating and asphalt repair for commercial and residential. Also do patchwork, crack repair, line stripping, and more small jobs. 10% off churches or veterans. Tell you what, that's a good little info right there, because I was kind of interested when it said they did asphalt repair. I guess it is that they do, like when they say commercial or residential, I guess they could do for like city, state, county and stuff like that, or for businesses, so to speak. But either way, there you go. If you got a driveway or something you want to get done, check them out, man. Select Seal Coat, caution sponsor here for the series. And tonight they're getting the workout here as these guys, man, out front might be the best place to be so far.
Yep. Let's see how Dalton does this restart again. He's been really punching it kind of early here. I wonder if Thomas and Jonathan have been picking up on this. Let's see how it unfolds.
Pace cars in. Green flag's about to fly. Dalton gets
another there he goes
one.
Again.
Yep. And Thomas right there. He's going to go door to door in the turn 1 with Jonathan. Let's see if Jonathan got the best of him last time. Looks like Thomas is going to get it this time. But again, that high lane.
He's got a good run on the outside.
Yeah, that momentum is going to pull him, I think, out of the turn. And, man, they're going to gain on, actually, Dalton this time.
Oh.
He had to ease up. If not, he'd have ran all over him.
We might have a challenge for the lead here.
Yeah, look at Jonathan. Boy, he pulled up on the back end of Dalton that time. He had to ease up or not, he'd have ran all over him.
He is right there.
Yeah, and the thing about it is he wants that inside lane, I think, Jonathan does. But right now, Dalton is taking that lane that he needs. He's going into the turns. He's got a good run. And I know, though, Jason, that when you're on new tires, and what we've seen so far, the longer the run goes, those tires kind of neutralize out. So you got to try to get everything you can early.
Yep. Like we were talking about, too, with this.
Josh right now working over Thomas. He's on the high side. He's going to see if he can't take in. That car got awful tight.
Oh, did he get in the wall? Oh, we got another caution up.
It was close. Oh, Tom drilling.
Oh, Select Seal Coat is coming back out for another run.
Yeah, oh, Tom just got tagged a little bit from the rear. And man, I'm going to tell you what, good job by the field back there, because that could have been disastrous. Under caution here tonight. Under our Select Seal Coat caution here tonight. Man, right there you go. I tell you, Well, these guys getting a workout here early on, had a good green flag run, but I think what you said earlier there, Jason, with these cars, we're starting to see it. They're getting a little bit tight loose. Looks like they're going into the turn awful tight. Problem is they step back on that throttle coming out, and it's bringing the rear ends around on them.
Yeah, to me, it looked like the 15 is doing the concept of a really long arc there, and the guy behind him, I just missed the number who he was thinking he could get in there before he came down, and it's kind of too early to do that, but it's tough, man. It's a tough call to make.
Yeah, it's tough place here tonight, man, but this track is proven to be a little bit, man, they kind of chaotic for them. They'll get it figured out as they go on. They got to learn the track as it's happening. Like I said, they did have a pretty good long run there, and if the track conditions are changing just a little bit, obviously new tires are going to make you feel like Superman, and sometimes when that happens, you know and I know, you can overdrive the car.
You know, I'm really surprised I didn't see some more cars come down pit road, because we're coming up to 100 laps here, and I wonder if you...
Absolutely, everybody stayed out pretty much this time.
Do you know what the fuel amount that they run in this series?
50%.
Oh, so yeah. Never mind. My whole little strategy right there did not make any sense in this series. It's another reason why these cars are definitely going to be a lot more tighter too, half a tank of gas. I always like the series where you had a full tank, and then sometimes if it's too loose, you can always put a little less fuel in, but if you're not loose enough, you can't put more fuel in. So but you know what, it does give the strategy aspect of it a lot more, because you got more of that pit road strategy quite a bit fast.
Heck yeah. Well, Paul out there, he's got his fan favorite. He's pulling for Reggie. Right now, Reggie Evans actually back here in the 9th place spot, so he's actually in the top 10 runs so far there.
Let's see, where did Reggie start out at? He started out at 17th, I believe, yeah. So he's picked up a good 8 spots. And then I'm looking up ahead here in 8th at Matt Weeks. He started in 24th up to 8th. And wow, look at Jacob Eisenhower from 32nd up to 6th. So we got quite a bit of movers, along with Doug Hess there from 23rd to 7th. So a lot of your lower part of your top 10 is picked up a lot of spots early on. So good for them.
You're absolutely right. So some good movers out here throughout the field. Like that, man. I tell you. Here to go back green. Good race here. Are you seeing anything out here these drivers can do different here, Jason?
Just don't do it.
Just don't do
it. It's easier. Yeah, it's easier said than done, but it's just, you got to give a little to drive a little, I guess. Drive a little long. Select Sealco guys loving this stuff, but I tell you what, we just want to get some good green flag runs in here, and I believe, Joe, this is it. This is the round where we're going to see a good long 25, 35 lap run here. I'm calling it.
You're calling it? All right. Well, I tell you what, and we've seen it many times. Obviously, some races, a lot of cautions early on, middle of the race, run a pretty good long run, and then from there, boom, they they have a good long green flag run towards the end, and kind of some cautions there at the end of that one.
Yeah, sometimes they get the long runs early on, and then they get the cautions at the end, and sometimes they get the cautions early on and a long green flag run at the end. So let's hope it's the long green flag runs here. Let's see how Dalton does here again on that start. He really punches it right at that first white line there, right before the start-finish line. Wonder if these guys are picking up what I'm seeing up here.
Well, he definitely has the control of the field, and that's what he's been doing all night long. They did get a little better jump there last time. Jonathan and Thomas, the last 2 times on the starts, have been the one battling each other the most there. Jonathan's got the upper end the last couple times here, but either way, pace car's out of turn 4. He's going to stick that hard left turn off on pit road. I'll see what Dalton does again this time around. We're getting set, folks, to go back. Green flag. Here we go. We're back.
Oh,
racing.
He started really early this time. He is unpredictable up there, but I tell you what, that's why he's still leading.
Yeah, so far so good. Dalton doing pretty good. Jonathan got the second place there over Thomas. And here comes Josh to the 4th place. He's going to round it up. Top 4 guys single file. Maybe he's going to see if they can't just coast around this place. They were double file there for a while the last couple of restarts. This time they're going to try single file.
Everything's looking pretty good here on the first lap to green. Let's see what brings out here in the next couple laps when these tires again get back up to temp.
Yeah, looking far back here in the back here, about 12th place spot. You got a little bit of jockeying going on there between David Tucker, Daniel, Ed Adams back there along with him. Kenneth, last week's winner at Daytona, he dominated that race there, Jason. I mean, he really, him and his family members out there along with him.
I seen that. I was like, man, that couldn't have went any better for that family. I tell you what, a 1-2-3 finish. They had to have been absolutely thrilled after last week's race. I mean, couldn't win it any better, like I just said, you know. And he's still up here. I was interested to see how they were going to do this week, if they were just the old plate track driver. Oh, Lattimore's around. Oh, Stephen E got into him, and they're still wrecking behind him. That is tough.
Let's go up to the replay and watch. You're right. They just went door to door there. Looked like 2 cars came together. Lattimore came around. He got clipped down the inside. Like Jacob Eisenhower was involved too. Let's go back and watch it one more time here. They just was up there. Remember, those 2 have been battling throughout. Let's watch this replay here. Let the folks see. We'll watch here from Jacob's point of view. He just saw it up front. You saw Thomas and them was side by side again. It looks like just another tight condition. Oh yeah, man. Jacob nowhere to go, man. Oh, they just got clipped.
Looked like the 4th, 5th place, 6th place all got into it as well.
Yeah, again, just 2 drivers, man, that have been battling all night long. And then again, we've seen it. This track, you mentioned it earlier, cars are pushing. And when they've seen them side by side, it looks like that's what happened. It kind of got pushed. They just slight contact between the 2, and Lattimore went around on it. Doesn't look like he's got a heavy damage to the car, so he might be okay. Have to see how it fares later on in the race.
Yeah, I think Lattimore held his position good, and I think car in the bottom, I think he just got a little bit tight, just a little bit there, and I also think if we have a little netco just a little slightly in there, I think I still seen a little gap in there. That does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and those 2 guys, you get 2 guys racing really hard, like you said. It just, I think what this track, like we said before, these guys, man.
The 83 too. The 83 had nowhere to go. Thought he was clear of it all, and then here he comes, T-bones him. That's a heartbreaker right there.
It is. On the caution here again tonight for our Select Seal Coat caution of the race. Check those guys out there at Select Seal Coat. But, wow, I tell you, they started off pretty good here in this track. Now, starting to bite a lot of good drivers up here.
I tell you what, it's looking really good up there for our leader up there, Dalton. It took a lot of these fast cars out on that rack there, and he's just got to stay consistent and not do any mistakes, you know, like we've seen numerous.
Let's do an update back here, because remember earlier on, Jason Dockery messed up on pit road earlier. Some of these cautions should help him. He's up to 20th so far. Now, he does have a little damage because he got caught up in that wreck back there, mostly towards the rear of it. a little bit to the side. I'm looking at the car right now. Doesn't look too bad, but he has made up some spots. He was our pole sitter here tonight, was out front. Had a huge mistake on pit road that really cost him, and then he got involved in a wreck there. So he's moved up some spots here tonight.
Well, what I said needed to happen for him to get back in this race is happening. So, I mean, there's something positive for his night tonight. I mean, he might be able to pull out a top 10 yet. He still has some decent rear end damage there, but it's definitely not the end of the night for him.
Oh, absolutely not. Brad Bothwell will be the man out front, and Chris McCullen. Remember, we were just talking about the McCullen boys out there. You know, they dominated last week at Daytona with Kenneth, Chris, and David.
Boy.
And now Chris up a second.
I'm just curious if he took 2 tires on that stop.
It actually looks like, well, here's the thing. His pit stop was only 4 seconds. So it looks like he only took fuel.
Wow.
And then Brad does not look like he took a pit stop at all. Has not came in, so he's opted to stay out. The first car out there that looks like on the 4-tire stop is going to be Dalton, Jonathan, and all them. I got a feeling, and again, I've been proven wrong before. Track position's been important, but I got a feeling that if Dalton gets a good run here, he should be able to go by those top 2 guys.
Yeah, let's just hope that they don't spin the tires and drive it back and forth in front of the whole field here. You know, that's the worst feeling ever as a driver. It has happened to me before, and
Oh yeah.
But you don't want to do it when it's broadcasted. That's the big thing, you know. And then everybody out there is like, "Who's the dummy out there?"
Yeah. And it happens. But either way, but again, now's the time to experiment and see if 2 tires will work or something like this. Maybe a pit stop, because
Absolutely.
if they do get a good long green flag run, it might come down to a pit strategy. A lot of these races here at Las Vegas do come down to pit strategy style races. But either way, pace cars at a turn 4. Going to see what happens when it ducks off on pit road and see if Brad and Chris up front can hold their track position, or does Dalton just sail on past them here? Pace cars in. We're getting set to go green. We're back racing here at Las Vegas.
He gets a nice start there.
I think that's what he needs too, is to get it out front, get a good start. He really needs, Dalton to get hung up a little bit, but Dalton's going to clear that second place car. I mean, but again, track position, as you can see, Dalton, those 4 tires are just going to work for him.
Oh, no.
Caution.
Select seal coat, caution the flag again.
And it's a big one. Go back here and see. Waylon McConnell. Oh, just got tagged in the rear, went down, collected another machine, came back up the track. From that point on, 2 other machines involved. Back and watch it one more time here. You just see it right there. He just kind of got ever so slightly bumped there in the back. Came down. The other car just wrong place, wrong time. Wow. That folks right there is a select seal coat caution.
Was that Thomas Lattimore that bumped him in the back to get him a little loose?
Might have been. I'm not 100% sure. It was a green style car, so I'm not sure if that was Thomas back there or not. But, you know, you get such runs on guys here. You know, that's just something that happens.
Yeah, I'm seeing it was him. See, he got stuck in the back, and now he's getting impatient. It happens to the best of us, man.
Oh, absolutely it does. I mean, you get back there in the back and there's nowhere to go. Well, they ran pretty good at the beginning here. So now we've had a string of cautions here. And again,
I jinxed it.
We got to bring the old saying. You know, cautions breed cautions. I'll take that away from the drivers out here and whatnot. I think some of it's just, you know, product of the track. We've seen the cars get really tight. Obviously, new tires. And again, you have that sense of urgency. We talked about it earlier on here. If you don't get what you can get early on with the tires, you can kind of fall off really fast at this place. So maybe we're seeing guys push the cars a little bit at the beginning, and might be just a little bit too much.
I think you're absolutely right about that. Some guys can't handle these cold tires like that, and some guys can, and they're pouncing on it while they can. One guy that I've been seeing that's been doing that pouncing all night is Jonathan there in the 19 car. He's actually going to be sitting in a good spot on the inside row and third there. Let's see how well Brad takes off and how well.
Absolutely. So here we go. We're getting set to go back green flag racing. Man, it'll be a good one. Huh. Just saw a thing out there said that some of the people saying they're having problems with iRacing, but looks like we're underway here pretty good. Maybe we can blame the cautions on that. What you think, Jason?
Yeah, well, like I said, I seen that one caution where I thought there was a little bit of net code in there, so that could be a little bit too. Sometimes that happens in the server, you know. You just once it happens 2 to 3 times, you just gotta kind of alert the rest of the drivers out there that hey, server's kind of looking a little bad tonight. Give a little more room than usual.
Absolutely. We're getting set to go back green flag here. Here we go. Guys, tonight, put on a good show here for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. I-State Racing here. Getting them lined back up here side by side. Brad got a good jump last time on those older set of tires over Dalton, but Dalton was starting to run him down there as the caution flew.
Yep, absolutely, and that's why I'm really going to pay attention to Jonathan there in the 19. He hasn't been able to pass Dalton all night. This is going to be his chance early on. He's got to pounce.
All right, well, here we go. I think he will. Just give him a couple laps out there. Either way, Brad's going to bring the field around to turn 4, and the pace car is going to drop off. We're going to get set here to go back green flag. Racing pace cars in. We're back at it here at Las Vegas. Good start by Brad.
Yeah.
What he needs to see is those cars behind him battle a little bit. Maybe let him get out there and get them guys to wear the tires down. But I tell you what, Jonathan has
Jonathan is loose on the bottom there.
Well, I was about
he
to
almost
say,
had him.
Jonathan all night long has had Dalton's number, but you're right there. He about had that thing turned sideways.
Yeah, Dalton's seen that number 19 pretty clear there for a little bit there. That's not what you want to see.
Wow, here comes Dalton charging up to see if he can't take the lead away from Brad. He's going to shoot to the inside. Those new tires are going to stick. Well, I say that. Brad's going to fight back on the outside.
Yep. Got to keep that momentum going on the high side.
Yeah, that's the only hope Brad's got, but I think the new tires are just going to play well down low for right now. Yep. Here comes the field behind them.
I think you get away with that in turn 1 and 2, but not turning 3 and 4. You really want to dip that down low there, and that's where you really make the pass.
Boy, I tell you what, man, David right there put his nose all in the trunk of old Chris there to push him into the turn. I thought he was going to turn him there for a minute, but man, had to back out of it. Now they clear the car there, and uh-oh, Thomas Lattimore's around.
No caution yet. No caution yet.
No caution, but let's go. He's off, actually. Thomas is. He's actually going through the infield. Wide open through the infield. And, man, I'm going to tell you what. Then he slides right off. He's off the racing group. That's why there's no caution that came out there. Good save job on his end. Wow.
Oh, man. What a rough night for him. After looking, that was my pick. He was doing great.
You jinxed him, man. Gave him the broadcast.
I did, man. I jinxed him, man.
That's the broadcast. We always talk about. That's why everybody always says, "What's your pick, Joe?" The guy wins the race. That's usually what I say. The guy wins. I've always started talking about, man, look, here's my favorite guys. My guy I want to win. Next thing I know, he ends up wrecking. Good battle for second place, though. David has been all over the back end of Chris there, trying to take that spot away from him. He's on the inside. Got to be careful. We've seen cars push up the track all night long.
Yeah, as long as we keep a little space in there, so we try to avoid that possible net code they're going. But that's what they're doing. They're giving some nice room, and old David is pulling away now here, and let's see what Jonathan can do.
Yeah, Dalton, man, he's having his way with it up front right now. David's going to see if he can't run him down. Jonathan's sitting, dropped back to third. Chris there to fourth. Matt Weeks up to fifth place. Doug Hess there sitting in sixth. Brad has fallen back to seventh. Ed up to eighth. Anthony Keys there ninth. Reggie Evans rounds the top 10. Everybody kind of single file right now. Kind of being a little patient. Then what's happening?
And looking back at Jason Dockery here, he had that pit road mishap. He's worked his way up to 17th, so he's slowly chipping away or getting back in that top.
Yes, he is. Good battle going on here for about 11th. Looks like about 11th and 10th place spots. You've got Reggie there. Man, those two guys were they were beating on each other for a little bit.
Oh yeah, we got a good battle here, about 10th on the 15th, 16th.
Well, I want to appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Got a good race here tonight for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series here live at Las Vegas. Race number 2 here, the 2020 series here for these guys at the I-State Racing Association here tonight. As out front, that man there, Dalton Tucker, he's done what he needed to do all night long. Like what you see, man, like it, share. Good race so far. Looks like they've settled down a little bit here, Jason.
I'm not going to say it, Joe. I'm not going to say it.
You're not going to say it. Well, we got a little bit of racing going in the back here. You got Rob Haynes back in the 14th, Chuck Howell there. A little side-by-side for them. They get single file for the moment. We saw this at the beginning of the race, though. Everybody kind of got, single file there. And then chaos. Boom.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of good contending cars already in this race, but we still got some good fast guys up front. Let's see if any of them can contend with Dalton, who has just stole the show so far early on in this race.
Man, they were 3 wide back there, about 18, 19, 20th spot. They thought better of that and got out of there. A good racing going on back here in the back of the field.
Yeah, Dockery's back there trying to get back in there. Like I said, he lost his spot. He's back in 18th, and he's looking at maybe possibly losing another spot.
Yeah, just a rough start. Remember, early on had that mishap on pit road, and he got caught up in the caution, so not been able to bounce back after that. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I haven't done it in a long time, man. It's been a while, but I used to do it all the time and go high and wide. I always call it the Blimpy cam. Everybody likes Blimpy. Jason likes
Blimpy cam.
You like Blimpy?
Time to Blimpy time.
Yeah. Everybody likes Blimpy. I mean, it gives you a good perspective of the facility and just how far apart these guys are. And I always love giving them a Blimpy challenge, by the way. So if you've got, if you like live streaming anything, how about run up and down the Walmart shopping center yelling Blimpy and see how long it takes them to call the guys with the white coats on. Try that challenge and let me know. But
the
hey,
reason why I like this cam is to see the different lines that guys take, and you can really see how they're arcing in the corners and everything else like that. So that's why I really always try to watch a Blimpy cam when I'm in my own session here to see what other guys' lines are really.
Well, like I said, it always gives you a good perspective of the facility and the track and just how far apart a lot of these guys are. But right there is your Blimpy cam, folks. OSR Network, Online Sim Racing Network, home for fun and exciting sim racing. It looks like pit stops, man. The first of green flag pit stops here tonight. Duckworth Barbecue Company. Oh, I gotta ask. Now, wait a minute. I gotta ask. Duckworth, whereabouts are you located? You said proud sponsor Dirty South Racing. So I guess, and you said like us on Facebook, so I guess I could go to Facebook and find this out, but let us know where Duckworth is, because I am actually in NC, and barbecue is an area that I'm in that we love.
I tell you what, if you don't like barbecue, man, we can't be friends.
I love it. Love it, man. Battle up front, though. Jonathan right there along. And it looks like that's what David. So it's a battle, looks like, for second place. Actually, for third place. Matt Weeks has called him. We do got green flag stops happening.
I'm kind of surprised with that.
Well, a lot of these guys, remember, under those last few cautions, they did not come in. So it might be pretty much, even though they was under caution, had caution laps, might be some scheduled pit stops here.
Yeah, that was kind of a head scratcher of a call right there.
Look, it is, though, man.
If you're in the back,
look at this battle. Around third place.
I am definitely watching this. I'm surprised you're it looks like Matt Weeks might have a good little long run car going on here to see what he can do once they get past here, and if he can catch up to the 21.
All right, well,
Telling you, Dalton is just in a different time zone tonight. He's really got this figured out tonight.
Man, he does. Dalton, man, is checking out right now. David right there, but Matt makes it up in third. I like that Duckworth NC's where the real barbecue. Well, all right. I guess I'm going to have to look
North
up
Carolina,
Facebook.
man. That's right in your backyard, man.
Yeah. Look up his Facebook thing now and find out exactly what we're talking here, because he could be in my neck of woods.
That'd be a damn shame. Right in your backyard, didn't even know it.
Oh, man, there's a lot of places, man, around here. They all over the place, you know. A lot of great drivers on iRacing, man, from the area. Obviously, we got a lot of the real race teams around where I'm at here. Richard Childress is right down the road from me. RCR is right over in the area, so not far from Kannapolis. Right here in the heart of NASCAR.
It's hard to argue that that's not the racing heartbeat of America right there in the North Carolina area.
I mean, stops.
Alabama used to give it a...
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, Matt's on, so these might be, looks like they are scheduled green flag stops here. Oh, and Matt overshot his pit box just a little bit, overshot his pit. Had to back up there.
Jonathan's got to be coming in here soon here. If Dalton has already came in, he's got to be coming in right behind him here soon. Unless he's going to really try and stretch us out as much as he... how many laps are we looking at here? We got, what, 70 to go? No, under 70 to go.
That would tell me it looks like they're able to go with about 30, 35 laps.
So I think, yeah, they're just going to try and split this right up. They're not going to try to outsmart each other to split up the same amount of laps, about 35 on a run, and just go. Looks like Jonathan's coming in right now.
Yep. Leader's in. Not going to bring Reggie along with him. He's going to take over the lead.
I wonder if he was too hot coming in.
I don't know. It's a tough place to get off of turn 4 onto here. Got to woe that thing down pretty quick.
I mean, it's one thing to practice it in practice, but it's another thing when it's during the race, when it's crunch time. Plus, your tires are really wore out at that point, so your grip level is as low as it's going to be. So it is definitely tough. Easy way to throw a race.
Oh, okay, Duckworth, awesome, man. I like that. That's kind of cool. Well, Morganton. Trying to remember where Morganton's at. Now, I might be wrong. I think that's... Raleigh? It might be over near Raleigh. Durham. I might be wrong, though. Either way, I'm over here at Lexington area. So there you go. And anybody knows where that's at, they know. They say, man, like, we have the Lexington, actually have what's called Lexington Barbecue Festival that pulls like 100-something people here.
Sounds like a place that I want to go. I'm getting hungry. You got to quit talking about that stuff.
I know, man. Food all over the place. And right now, green flag stops. That puts Roger Mantis up front. Tom Drilling right there in second. Josh Spurs.
I
Casey
am
up fourth.
craziness
Jacob
going here. I'm watching Jonathan as he came out of the pits, and I mean, it's a gaggle of 10 cars. This is rush hour.
Yeah, everybody's on pit road and everybody's making their way there. I think it's gonna cycle.
Almost a wreck back here.
You got a huge slew of machines coming on pit road. You got slower cars on the track. Now Dalton should cycle round to become the leader. He's up to 6th. I got a feeling once everybody cycles through these pit stops, he'll cycle back up to the front. Now there's one thing here, Jason, that green flag pit stops do. Splits the field up, or it spreads the field out very well.
Yes, it does. Like I said, it's so easy to screw this up on the pit road process of the race, and it looks like Matt Weeks might have actually done that. He was the guy that passed Jonathan, wasn't it, before the pit stop?
Come on, Jonathan Bogar. He is back in 14th. Well, Matt Weeks, yes. Remember Matt, he went in there, he kind of slid a little bit in his pit box. Ah, okay, that's right, up through the mountain. Okay, my bad. I was trying to remember what it was. All right, right now, I think the top 2 guys are going to drop it off on pit road. Josh and Jacob still out front in this one. On pit road right now, that's going to hand it back over to Dalton. He's going to take the top spot here at Las Vegas. The green flag stops. Again, what it does here really separates the field here and spreads them out, because now between Dalton and Ed, the second place car, it's almost 4-second gap between them.
I am just wondering if Dalton took 2 tires there, because I mean he did.
Well, he had a 9-second pit stop, and usually with 9 seconds that indicates 2 tires. Now he's not the only one. Actually, Ed behind him took 2 tires. Now Chris and David, they both took a 4-tire stop. Looks like Anthony Keys and Joshua Mayu both took 2 tires, along with Steve and Jason Branch. A couple other ones throughout the field here actually took 2 tires. So, you know, I've seen 2 tires work here. If we get green flag runs, I got a feeling track position really can play a key at this place.
Right. You know, that's another thing that I was saying about, you know, how there's less fuel in this car. This car already tends to get a little bit tighter. And now with the 2 tires, that's going to help you get a little bit looser. So I could see why they did that. That's a good move by Dalton. I'm not sure how the tire model affected Xfinity cars, but I could see exactly why he did that. I don't think he's going to lose much time per lap either. This is the Cup car to the Xfinity car, but I was only running 0.2 of a second slower on 30 to 35 lap tires on my.
Absolutely. So far, so good. Out front, Dalton leading this one. And again, with that move of 2 tires on a green flag stop, you know, sure, he might be a tick slower than maybe some of the other guys on 4 tires, but with him having right now a 4.5-second lead over the second place car, if he does this again on the next stop, it won't matter if those guys, they'd need a caution to catch him probably, but they would need to be knocking chunks of time off in order to run him down. I mean, tenths are not going to have enough time for him to catch him at the end of the race.
Right. Well, like I said, 0.2 of a second. Well, that's what Jonathan Boger picked up on that last lap there. So it's looking like the tires are pretty similar to how they fall off compared to the Cup car.
Yeah. And
so
that's
I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan takes 2. Now, is Dalton going to actually gamble and just keep them left side tires the same the whole time? That's the risky part. He's going to have to take 4, in my opinion, on if this goes green on that next pit stop.
Going to be interesting to see how it plays out here on that one, if it goes on a green flag stop or a caution here. But either way, good one so far, as Dalton's still hanging on to the top place. Again, if it's a green flag stop and he's able to maintain caution
man.
out. Never mind.
Yep. So much for strategy. We're outsmarting ourselves again there, Joe.
Well,
hey, gives us something
not sure what the caution's
right?
on, though.
Debris?
Because I don't see anybody wrecking.
Hot dog wrapper, turn 2.
Yeah, I don't know what the caution was. I know that Dalton didn't want to see it, but
No, I'm going to tell you what, this caution, they're going to have to come back down and get tires, you would think.
yeah, but I
No,
don't trying to figure out
Jonathan,
who
I
the caution
100%
was.
take
Caution was. I want to know who the caution was on. Huh. Well, everybody's going to come on pit road, I think, and put tires on. I mean, you might as well under caution here.
I'm going to watch Dalton here, see how long he's on pit road to see if he does take, maybe he takes the 2 left sides, leaving that option for just right sides in that list.
Yeah. 1 second, folks. All right.
Taking right sides.
Yep.
Looks like he's taking 4 tires. The leader, Dalton, is taking 4 tires. Nobody else did take 2, though. Not that I really seen.
Yeah, right there. Looking pretty good.
Actually, David Toker, I think, did. Because he came in at 15th. And he's now in. I think that's a hell of a call right there.
At the top. Looks like I'm looking through the field here. Everybody I see right now took 4 tires.
I was really hoping Jonathan would have took 2 tires right there. That would have been the time to do it. He's not even got 10 laps on them tires.
Well, I would have liked to seen it go green. I would have rather seen it kept going green and played strategy out, but not sure what the caution was.
This might be strategy here. Well, we're going to have 50 laps. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel in there to make it that whole 50 laps. So it's going to be.
And now we know, though, if it does go green on the next stop, that we know a lot of these guys are probably just going to. I mean, you're going to have to fill it up no matter what to make it to the end. But so you might as well just put 2 tires. So you're going to see a lot of 2-tire stops.
Yeah, it's all 2 tires. You got it right on that one, Joe.
Yeah, so I kind of put the strategy of who was going to take 2, who was going to take 4 on that last pit stop, which would have been very interesting here. But under caution here for select seal coat here tonight. Caution. So not quite sure what the caution was under, but wait, under caution.
Well, how's everybody out there doing there watching the stream tonight? That's what we want to know. Leave a message in the chat, see how we're doing.
Well, they've been out there, man, talking up a cool breeze. Actually looking pretty good so far. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Dalton's got the top spot here. David there in second. Chris McCullen, he had a good run at Daytona last week, hanging on the 3rd. Ed Adams 4th. Jonathan Bogar up in the 5th.
Yeah, it's tough for me to rag on guys. That's my opinion. It's easy to be a bench seat, you know, on the couch, driver here up in the booth. But, man, it's tough to get around Dalton. We've seen it all night. He's led pretty much every lap. That's a way to pass him on pit road.
Absolutely. You know what? My bad. I know what the caution was. Stage. And I forgot. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot all about that. We do have stages tonight. We've had so many cautions, though, that kind of just overlooked them. But our stages tonight were lap 40, 80, and 135. So that caution was actually for the stage. And I just thought about it. And the reason why we hadn't really mentioned it earlier on is because earlier on we had a caution on the track that was right there before the stage of lap 40. So my apologies. Oops. Not all about that. But they can yell at me later.
Man, I'm surprised no one just took a half a can of gas and jumped back out there. If they only had to run 8 to 10 laps.
Well, you know what? And you're right. I did not. And I think that's why a lot of those guys took the 2 tires like they did. And again, I apologize for all about that stage style. That's where the caution came from. That's why I was sitting there going, who wrecked? Where'd we have a caution at? Either way. So, yep, that was.
Look at that start again by Dalton.
Yeah, he gets good.
Oh,
hold on to it.
Izzy, hold it.
Wow, good save. Good, don't come up the track. Yeah, I didn't want to see him come up the track. Don't back up on the track.
That is a heartbreaker.
Awesome. Well, he was able to kind of hold on to it. Good job not bringing that thing up the track and causing a huge, huge crash. But man, Chris losing it out of the turn there. Dalton looks like he's walking away here. David Tucker right there. I'm going to say that.
I'm interested here on this 2 tire.
Tucker? David Tucker?
Tucker, maybe.
Tucker. All right.
Or is he a Tucker?
Well, I would have said Tucker, but that actually sounds about like how I would talk, Tucker. He took her out somewhere. Instead of taking. My wife, though, she's an English connoisseur, you know, she likes kind of correcting all the time. I said, yeah, he took it. She goes, that ain't how you say it. So, that is not how you guys are throwing me on the proper English.
Oh, yeah. I'm interested to see at the line here what this interval is. 3.35 last lap. 0.39. He is losing a little bit on them 2 tires, but not as much as you would think.
Well, everybody's on 4 now. So
David took 2 there because he came in 14th and he ended up in 2nd.
Joe's pit
so
stop
he had to
have pit stop 14 seconds.
Well, how in the world did he go from 14th to 2nd? We got
that. I don't know.
Magic 2.
Yeah, somehow he got magically up there. Not sure, but it does show him at a 14-second stop. So either way, we'll count it up as hey, he made some spots up on the track.
Hey, that's all that matters. He's in 2nd right now, and I tell you what, though, Dalton, man, he's just been in his own class.
Let's look at the times last time around. Dalton ran a 31.0 to a 31.1. Well, he ran a 31.03 there to a 31.000. Wow, that's 3,000 difference. Man, that's close.
He's holding it.
That's consistent lap after lap right there. But, I mean, you know, you got to look. David's doing the same thing. The problem is he's not going to make any ground up on him, you know, doing it like that. So they're pretty dead even up front.
Looking like he lost a little bit that lap, possibly.
Look at this, Matt Weeks back up to 7th. Remember, he had a mishap on pit road earlier. Matt back up to 7th now.
Yeah.
Good bounce back by him.
Another guy, the pole sitter, Jason Dockery, is still stuck back in 20th. He's pretty much just going to... Seems like his night is going to be back there in the high teens. Tough break for that guy tonight.
Yeah, after he got caught up in that wreck, man, I think the damage just hindered him just a little bit here with the handling of the car. He's not being able to bounce back. Again, we were talking about the McCullen guys. The top one here, Kenneth, he won last week. Now he's battling there for the 11th place spot. You got to look back here to David, who came out in second last week. He's back in 21st. And then Chris, who had an awesome save, back in 32nd. So not the weekend that they really want to have. Kenneth's not having a bad night tonight. He's in the top 10, but definitely not like he had last week at Daytona.
Yeah, Chris was doing really good there, but
yeah, he just almost lost that thing coming into the turn there. Look at Matt. Boy, he's on the move. He's trying to take over the 6th place spot.
This might not be over yet. I mean, he was one of the fastest guys out there besides Doug. He's just got to get that track position. I can't even speak here, Joe.
That's
but he's
right.
got to get that track position back up in here, and he's got to hope for another caution here in about, I'd say another 10, 15 laps. And then I think if we get that, that'll be it. There'll be no more strategy. It's just go time.
Well, you know, they're still going to have to make one more pit stop. So maybe he can do something wild there, maybe a 2-tire stop and get him out there and up front. Maybe short pit the leaders and try to work with a 2-tire stop. Maybe might be some strategy here involved. Right now he's battling door to door with Joshua Mayu right there. Excuse me, my bad. Doug Hess right there. Those two guys have been battling the last couple laps. Good race there between them.
Yeah, I'm watching that right here. He's got to get by him. It's all about conserving them tires, and when you're battling like that side by side, you know you're just burning up some tires, getting them tire time.
And it also brought Jason Branch, Reggie Evans into the mix there too in the pit row back behind them. That's why they eventually had to go, single file. And you're right, you sit there, you're battling. If you can't make that pass quick, you're going to tear those tires up, just burn them up, just sitting there side by side.
Absolutely.
Right now, tell you what, Dalton out front. David there in second. Yeah, he's just walking away. Those two cars are walking away.
Just under 40 to go here now.
Just a few, Joshua Mayhew's hanging on to the 5th place spot. He's right there tagged on the back bumper of Jonathan Bogar. Those two have hooked up. Toyotas have actually done pretty good here tonight so far. Matt back there still in 7th. Right behind. He's going to try it again.
That is the battle that I've been watching in the last 5 laps, and he's just trying to get them tire temps back down a little bit, trying to get this position. He's just stuck behind that 25. They're both fast cars, though, I tell you that, because they're catching the cars in front of them.
They are, and those cars in front of them there, Jonathan and Joshua, those two are actually battling side by side now, which is going to allow them to catch up to them as they go around this one. Now, the problem with Matt, every time he goes up underneath that machine, that brings Reggie and him up there along with him.
It's almost starting to get to that point of that part of the run where maybe it is time to start creeping up a little bit on that, right above that first. Keep that momentum going.
Right now, we're going to start seeing the guys who are better at saving tires, but you can already see how hard it is to pass here. And what I was saying earlier in the race, with the 2-tire stop strategy that we saw earlier, right now you could see how well it would pay dividends if you had a big enough lead, and how hard it is to pass here, because you can't make that pass off very quickly. You're just going to do nothing but burn those tires up. And then, well, you're no better off than the guy with the 2 tires.
Do you short pit? Because if you do and you get caught out there with a caution,
you know,
tough call,
yeah, I'm with you. You know, we've got 34 to go. We've seen these guys go about 30 laps. I think about 30 laps or so, maybe a little longer might be the window. I'm with you on that one. I mean, if I'm a guy like Matt Weeks, let's take him for instance here. Knows he's got a fast machine. He's made it up. You know, Dalton right now is way ahead. He's got a solid 5-second lead, a little over 5-second lead over like Matt back here. You know, man, I don't know. I guess you would make a gamble within maybe the next 10 laps, 5 to 10 laps. I would say if he was going to short pit, do it then.
Yeah, I would say by lap 110 possibly. Then you'd have a 25 laps to.
Right, because you know what, the one thing you don't want to do is if a guy does short pit you, it could force the hand of Dalton if he wanted to stay out later. Because what will happen is you're going to start losing a lot of time to him out there, and the more time you lose is the more time when you do eventually go into your pits, because they're going to have to pit no matter what. I don't see anyone making it the entire difference. Got to bring up a notion here. They have 3 chances at a green-white-checkered, so you got to keep that in mind too.
Oh yeah. We
had 2 attempts at it last week, so that's actually an extra 4 laps right there, 5 laps maybe.
Yep, each crack at it's about 4 or 5 laps, but you got to remember they can press the clutch in, save some fuel on there, so it's only going to count about a lap and a half, 2 laps of regular.
Yeah.
Running.
But you brought up a good point there, though. Do you short pit? I mean, a guy like Doug Hess, Ed. I mean, somebody like Dalton. Maybe David might think in the back of his mind to catch Dalton. He's running the same speed, but again, if I'm a guy like David, if I'm gonna short pit, I'm gonna short pit within a lap of Dalton. You know, hopefully. Obviously, if Dalton comes into pit road, I would. I don't know. Pit strategies I never was really good at, but still, guys in the back there is going to benefit more. Yeah, I see him going around that lap car back there.
I'm telling you what, if I'm talking to Matt Weeks there, it's got to be frustrating right now for him. He just can't get by this 25 car. I'm almost thinking, screw it. I'm going to come in pit road right now. I'm going to get my services done. And hopefully when I come back out, I'm in a little cleaner track and I can really lay down some good lap times.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think the 99, I mean, we'll just use him for an example. If he comes in, let's say now or in the next probably 3 laps or so, puts on 2 tires, fills it up with fuel, I think he would be sitting in a good spot. Could it be the race-winning move? I don't know, because then it would depend on if Dalton came in the next lap after, then maybe not. But if Dalton didn't come in till, let's say, 5 or 6 laps later, then yeah, it could very well be, because he could make up enough time to come back around the track and then actually be there at the end.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a race-winning move, but I think it's a move that can get him in the top 3. Possibly. You know, he can't pass him right now. He just keeps getting these runs stalled out. Tire temps get up, and it's getting that point of the run where it's just tough to pass. That's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do my stuff on pit road, and hopefully it comes out a little better when I get out, and I got a lot more cleaner track to work with.
Well, right now he needs to watch, and he does not want to, and you just saw right there, looks like the man of Doug kind of blinked a little, not Doug, but excuse me, Josh, right there, blinked a little bit in front of him, but they do not want to wreck. Those 2 guys in front of Matt have just been door to door around this track. That's Ed and old Doug Hess right there. So we doesn't want to get in trouble,
4th,
though.
5th, 6th, 7th.
Whew. Yeah, this is
They're
one thing.
right
Oh, now
there.
he's got the high side. Let's see if we can do anything on the high side. Remember, he's been doing the low line.
And there goes Weeks up there trying to get in the high side.
I think this is where he probably will make the pass now.
He's got it. He's got it finally now.
Yeah, he's been trying to highland. Oh, he's on pit road. No, he's not.
Oh,
the guys
they're
behind him
him.
Pit road. Yeah, they did. And Dalton on pit road along with David. So now throw away what we just said as far as short pitting.
If
Dalton
I'm
was
at
the
Weeks,
one.
I just stay out. Stay out.
Yeah, at this point now, let's just reverse the scenario here because Dalton actually short pitted it here. So now we've been talking about Matt. How long does he stay out now? Does he, he can't stay out. Well, never mind.
Oh, he's coming in now. He's coming. Damned if you do, damned if you don't for him.
Yeah,
I
no
tell you.
doubt. And really, he probably was looking at it, but I think everybody had that in the back of their mind. Short pit around this time. We called it lap 110, 111. Fred, check him out on iState Racing. Actually, I could give you the link out there. Check them out on the website. As far as I know, they are definitely recruiting. Here's their Facebook page. Go to it. Check these guys out, man. They do a unique thing out there because I know they do recruit a lot of cars. And there's Facebook, by the way, for you. The link. They do recruit a lot of cars, but what they do is they actually do their qualifying on Saturdays, and along with that, if they have 50, 60 cars registered, well, you go and you make your qualifying run on Saturday, they do like a 12-hour qualifying session, and you go out there and make your times, and if you make the field of 41, awesome, race on Sunday. If you don't, try next week.
Tell you what, David Tucker has closed the gap in that little sequence there of pit road.
Yeah, I think the one that really got hurt on that was Matt Weeks. We were talking about it there, but right, David, I think he's just dead even there with Dalton. I think he's going to actually need a caution. If this thing runs out green right now, there's just really no way to
match that lap.
Yeah, they're just matching lap after lap, you know what? I think one lap, one's faster, the next lap they are, but I mean, they're within, normally we say tenths or hundreds. These guys are within thousands. Yeah, Fred, that way you have more people, man, that actually can sign up. They can get more people to sign up, and then they can do the qualify. I really like how they do that. It's kind of neat instead of having to qualify the day of, so.
Again, match each other's lap time pretty much to the.
Right now, Dalton Tucker's the man out front. David, we got Dalton Tucker out front and David Tucker in second. So we got Tucker.
Dalton Tucker and Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker. Right there, 1 and 2 out front.
Tucker took it to Tucker.
I'm going to drive my wife crazy with the Tucker, man. He took her out to dinner.
Oh, Tucker took her out.
Yeah, she's going to come in here and say,
boy.
no, that is not how you say it. Took her.
Don't quit our day jobs, right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm not going to be an English major.
Definitely ain't going to be no comedian, I tell you what. Oh, Tucker, talk.
Well, I tell you what, right now, Joshua Mayu having a good run here tonight, along with Josh. I hope I say his last name right there, Saucy. And now here's the thing about this too here. Also, we got to point out, rookies. You actually, David in second, Joshua in third, are two of the rookies battling for that Rookie of the Year. Man, in 5th place, 6th place, 8th place, all rookies also in the league running for that Rookie of the Year also.
Got a lot of new faces in this league, doing good early on, so in this season.
Absolutely. So just want to bring that out, and obviously, with the rookie style here, we Rookie of the Year. That's actually going to be a prize here this year. Got the driver of the year, championship of the year. I mean, we just got so much going on here at this league. It got some great prizes happening too.
I tell you what, it's great to be in leagues and stuff like this. We all love racing, but it's great to have a lot of backing from a lot of partners and sponsors, and it sounds like you guys in this league have some great sponsors and backing, so it's great to see that. Thanks for doing what you guys do in this league and making this happen.
Oh, absolutely. Good run right here. Got a good battle actually going on between the two, third and fourth place right there, the two Joshes. Looks like they're trying to mix it up here as the laps are winding down. 15 to go here at Las Vegas. What have you thought so far here tonight, Jason? Is there anything? I mean, I know we started off a little good long green flag run, then we had a little patch there, kind of middle of the race, had, you know, several cautions there. But now we've had a very, very good long green flag run. We've actually had two good green flag pit stops here. And barring anything drastic here happening at the end, this actually should pull us off here to the green. But have you seen anything that maybe you as a driver would do different?
Not really. I mean, they're just doing what they can do, you know, try to conserve the tires. I think Dalton did what he had to do, control the restarts when he had the control. And when you're out front, you get that clean air. You know, you don't get that dirty air. You think, oh, this is a game. You don't do that. Well, you do get that.
Oh, absolutely. So far, so good. Right along here with Josh inside the car. He looks like he's doing everything he needs to do. Hanging on to that machine pretty good. Good run and having a good one here tonight. I guess, D-Ray, you're talking about Casey Duncan. Well, Casey got, unfortunately, in the Dunkin' Donut machine out there, which I always used to love. Unfortunately, got caught up in a wreck earlier on, back in 28. Just out there trying to cruise.
Trying to do what you got to do.
Last week's Daytona guys, the McCullen boys out here, well, they're back there battling it out. Chris is back in 22nd. David's in 23rd right now. Kenneth, last week's winner at Daytona. Now, he has cracked the top 10. Been awful quiet most of the night tonight, but he's up to 8. Not a bad bounce back for him, but definitely not the dominating performance that he had last week.
No, he might end up coming on as a points leader after this event.
Well, he has a substantial points lead over second. I mean, he just, because he got such a massive amount of bonus points last week. Remember, he came in here with 66 points, and second place guy had 53, and third place 43 or 42, and then fourth place 1 point behind at 41. So tight battle up front amongst all them guys. He does have a pretty good lead. Could still come out of here with the lead tonight here. I don't know. There's Lynn out there. She is the grandmother of those guys, so it's awesome to see. Been a good one so far. Like I said, Kenneth hanging on to the 8th place. But this man right here, Dalton, he's been the man dominating most of it here tonight. He's got a really, really good lead over second place. For some reason, it's not showing the second place interval. Oh, how far?
I'm seeing 1.7.
1.7? Okay. All right. That's what I was about to say. Probably looks about 2 seconds back there from just looking at the distance. I don't know why it's not showing up on the bigger part there. Third place is showing up. The third place is way back. Mayhew, he is almost 6 seconds back there, so he is way off. But that's what green flags do. They split the field up pretty good.
I'm watching this battle here for 4th and 5th right now. Josh Silsey and Jonathan Boger. I think Jonathan's going to make the pass here, but is he going to have enough time after he passes Josh to get up to pass the other Josh for a podium finish? I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to look. Right now, he's having his hands full there with Josh, the 81 machine. Remember, we've seen it all night long. Matt was having his problems. Obviously looked faster, but could not make that pass on the inside. We'll just have to see if he can make that move. And we got some cars coming on pit road.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know why they would. That's actually Tucker. Dalton Tucker on pit road.
Oh,
What?
my goodness. What is going on?
Wow. I mean, I would not have thought that they would have had to come on pit road, but Dalton Tucker is on pit road with a fuel-only splash and go stop. Are you telling me these guys can't go the whole entire distance on fuel? Now we got to think about something. Can David go the entire way? Because remember, those two cars came in the same time, Dalton and David. But here's my thing. At this point in the race, I mean, Jason, do you? I mean, you've got to just go for it. I mean, wow.
Oh, we'll find out here in about 2 to 3 more laps who's left. That's when you
Scott
go
Wise,
for it.
let's see if a caution might fly here. Scott Wise, now that would mess it up. That would be devastating for Dalton.
Dalton, no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a caution's going to fly, so that's good right there. I like that. But, man, here's my question.
I'm watching David here.
Yeah,
we got it. Definitely got a wreck now. Right in front of David Tucker, too.
Yeah. K.C. Duncan involved in that one.
Oh, nice. Nice to get around that accident.
Oh, man, Thomas Lattimore was almost involved.
Changes everything.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Thomas Lattimore and K.C. Duncan know where to go. Watch this. I mean, he smashed the donut machine all to bits right there. And then Lattimore better put a new battery in that thing because it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. But that happened right in front of the leader. David, now my next question. Dalton, he was still on the lead lap.
Was Dalton in that wreck?
No.
24 car.
No, he didn't get involved in it.
Sure.
He's got some front end damage from somewhere, but it's not showing that he got involved in it. Go back and see. Watch it again.
One more time.
Oh,
Look
okay.
for 24.
He had to slow down, and when he slowed down, he actually tagged the front end of another machine.
Oh, no, that is heartbreaking for that guy.
Well, let's see. This is going to put us in a green-white-checkered. First attempt at a green-white-checkered. David's coming on pit road. We knew he probably had to. I don't think he had enough fuel. Doug Hess is not coming on pit road. Here's my thing. If you know you only had... If
I'm Dalton Tucker, I don't come in.
Well, no, but what I'm going to say is, let's say if you're a guy out there and you know that you were close on fuel within maybe a lap or so, do you just gamble and stay out?
Man, I don't think so, because cautions bring cautions, and then not only
Well, we
that,
only got
but
3
you
attempts at a
green-white checker.
Yeah, we only got 3 attempts, so if they make it to that 3rd attempt and caution flies, guess what? It's over at that point. But can you make it to that point? That's a tough call as a.
I don't think you can make it on that to that 2nd attempt. That's the thing. You gotta hope it gets done in that 1st attempt.
Well, David Tucker, remember he was up front, still showing in 3rd right now. Doug Hess, Ed Adams are going to be the first 2 out front. Josh right there is going to be in 4th. Jonathan Bogart right there in 5th. Joshua Mayu the 6th. Kenneth McCullen, he's moved it up pretty good there too in the 7th. Barrett, he's up to 8. Matt Weeks has been able to move up to 9th. And Anthony Keys rounds the top 10. kind of get an idea where Dalton is. Dalton is just going to be marred back 25th. We've seen it all night long, man. We've seen it all night long here, Jason, is the problem with guys, they get marred back in traffic, caught in the mess. You know, it's happened to a lot of them all night long. Wow, now who's going to win this thing? It's going to be crazy. Here we go. I tell you what, it's going to be a wild one. First attempt to checkered. What's going through your mind as a driver right now? Are you calculating over there, Jason? All right, lights off on the pace car. We're getting set to go green flag. Here we go, first attempt. Green, white, checkered here. Still with me, Jason? I think Jason stepped away for it. Here we go, folks. This can be wild because now, brung what you brung, it's go time. Business is about to pick up on the track. Pace car's out of turn 4. We'll take that hard left turn off on pit road. Let these guys go back to work up front. Doug Hess, Ed Adams, going to bring them to the line. The green flag flies, and ooh, looks like Ed might have spun the tires just slightly on the start. Here we go into turn 1. Remember, this is the first attempt at the green-white-checkered. Already see, man, David looking to the inside down the back stretch here. If they make it to the white flag, it is over with. They're coming out of turn 4. They can cross that start-finish line. Put this one in the record books. Crossing, white flag out one more time. Can Doug Hess hold off the charge of David? Turn 1, he blocks the inside. Out of turn 2, look at in the backside back here. He's going to have to do all kinds. He's going to have to make that car wide. And it looks like, though, David's got the inside run. Into turn 3, tires are going to prevail. Yep, David Tucker. Tucker's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to win this race here tonight. And Doug Hess is going to come up in the second. Josh right there is going to come up in the third. What a finish to this one here. Wow. Gotta love that finish here tonight on that one. Man, love it. All right. What a finish here, man. I tell you what, let's get some of these guys up here. Get a word with them in. That was an awesome race there. Joshua up here. Wow. Right there. That was awesome. Gonna bring down the third place man and get a word with him. Joshua, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, tell you what a wild one there. Started off a little rocky, but hey, got to straighten out the end of it. How was your night here at Las Vegas?
It was probably about as up and down as a roller coaster race I've had in a long time.
Well, it was a good one, man. You came out third here. You know, the difference between this one and last week, what's you think?
Sorry, was that you cut out?
Oh, my bad. I said the difference between this one and last week. What'd you think? You came out of third place on this one.
Well, last week I ended up getting a fifth because I Days of Thunder it through that last wreck, but that's a completely different strategy for them plate tracks. Normally I like to be up front, but I was more concerned with actually finishing the race, so I just rode out back the whole time and then missed the wrecks at the end. This one here, I had speed. I figured I might have top 5 long run speed, but I had to overcome an EOL and then get endured trying to make my way back through traffic. And I didn't know how bad the car was going to be on that last wreck when the 38 car rolled down the bank and it hit me. So just took 2 and rolled with it, and she worked out.
Oh, no doubt about it. But I'll tell you what, you came up third here tonight. Got anybody want to shout out?
Yeah, everyone, all my teammates at Veteran Motorsports, Fireball, Army, all the admins in here, you guys broadcasting for us, we appreciate it. FEG PCs and all of our other series sponsors. This show doesn't get put on without them, and they're generous enough to put a prize up at the end of this thing if for whoever can get it, and we're certainly trying our hardest. It's pretty nice to have practically a full field every week, and then everyone's hungry and everyone's close in time, so
absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man, came out third place again there. Congratulations on it tonight.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you.
There you go. That was Josh, third place man. Let's bring up second place guy here, Doug Hess. Doug, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I got to ask, I know you're on the old tires there, but was there anything else you could have done to held off that hard charge there by David?
No, there was nothing I could do. All I could do was try to get the biggest jump as possible on the restart. And I did that, but it wasn't enough. I mean, those tires were right at the end of their life.
Oh, absolutely. But hey, it got you a good finish out of here, coming home in second tonight. I mean, do you think if that strategy, you think you might have been able to something different later on or earlier in the race to got you up front?
No, if I would have pitted there and took tires, I would have probably finished somewhere between 6th to 8th.
Well, hey,
So, yeah, it definitely paid off staying out. I mean, even though I got second, I'll take that.
hey, no doubt about it. Coming home second this week. Got anybody you want to shout out for?
Nah, just thanks for doing the broadcast.
Well, there you go, man. I tell you what, good second place run. Douglas Hess coming up here tonight at Las Vegas.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Right, there you go, Doug Hess, man. Good guy right there coming home in second. Well, let's bring down this man because he put it in victory lane here tonight. And a good run by him. Actually, be David Tooker. David, join the booth. Got a copy? Got his mic off right now. We'll see. There you go.
All right, there we go. We're good.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, man. You knew you had the new tires. Was you maybe kind of a little worried that you might run out of time on that green-white-checkered to maybe try to run down Doug up there to get around him?
It was with the newer tires. I knew I was gonna have a chance, but it was just all gonna be about timing. I wanted to wait at least after turn 1, turn 2 to maybe get him, and I was there on his back bumper, and I tried to not hit him. I was so much faster with these new tires, so I tried as hard as I could not to hit him, but I got next to him and barely got a nose to his quarter panel, and he gave it to me in the 3 because he knew I had him. So, but this car was so fast. I don't know what happened, but this car turned to a rocket ship that last run, and it was just a great race overall.
Well, I gotta go back though. It looked like Dalton had your number most of the night. When he went into pit road, I know you probably were thinking, was you going to stay out, or did you have to make another pit stop there at the end?
You know, that was definitely crossing through my mind. I think Dalton actually adjusted his fuel on before that pit stop, and I just left mine the same. I knew I was going to be good if I just left it, so I left it. And once I saw him pit, I was like freaking out. I was like, did he like fill it too, or what's going on? And that was scaring me. And then that caution came out, and I knew I had to pit because I imagine most of the guys were going to pit behind me with that long run. So I had to get the advantage on those new tires.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. I think that was the kind of changing spot right there. Dalton actually got caught up in that caution, unfortunately, hurt him and got him marred back. But you know, we saw it, and that's just sometimes how it rolls, but put you, like you said, in a great spot. You definitely had a fast machine all night long. You got anybody you want to thank for the win tonight?
Yeah, just this whole Pro Edge racing group that I'm in, this team. We're working hard trying to find speed with these guys. These guys are all pretty good, so it's a tough field out there. Just all those guys, and also you guys for displaying our skills on the racetrack. So I thank you guys for doing that for us.
I had no doubt about it. It was awesome. It was a good run tonight here at Las Vegas for the 4 times wraps here. Tonight's winner, David, I'm going to say Tooker. Is that how you say your last name?
Yes, that's how you say it.
Okay, well, yeah, and I apologize if you go back and listen. I was saying all night, I was like, Tooker. You're like, well, we took her out to dinner. And I know my wife was going to drive me crazy over it. But, hey, man, you did an awesome job. Congratulations on that win tonight there at Las Vegas.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, there we go. I tell you what, man. Well, what a wild one here. We're going to leave Las Vegas. It was a good run all night long. These guys out there, again, congratulations to that man putting it in victory lane. Hope everybody enjoyed it. For myself, and
man, it was great.
Back.
Well, I was back when he started doing the interviews and stuff like that. It was a bummer. I missed it on that last lap. That was a hell of a finish and a hell of a way David navigated his way to the win there. So I was happy to join you up in the booth, man. It was a pleasure, and maybe we could do this again. What do you think?
Man, no doubt about it. It was awesome, and I always say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and it was a good race here, Las Vegas style. But for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series, for 4 times wraps out there tonight, everyone, have a good night.